Hello and welcome to today's video. So earlier in videos we talked about the schedule for the first week of Overwatch League, all the games and how exciting that's going to be. I made a prediction for who's going to win each one and also which one I was excited to watch. But now I'm going to take a look at some of the major changes for the Overwatch League. So the first thing is, this is all from the Watch Point show they did. It was on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, all three things. It was like 2.5 hours. So I'm not watching it, but I did see some stuff on Twitter from it, and that's what we're going to use for the video. So the first thing is obviously schedule changes. Everybody knows that they're only playing 28 games within the season. So there's a couple less games there from that, but kind of what you got to do if there's going to be that many teams. You kind of got to cut down a little bit, I guess. Start times for things are different now, I guess. So games are also Thursday to Sunday instead of Wednesday to Saturday. So the start times are 4, 5:30, 7, and 8:30, all Pacific time. So you have to figure that out yourself, I guess. So I don't exactly know when this is. Maybe like, what is that Eastern time wise? So I can actually know like how late these games start. Let me see. Well, that doesn't really help me. Alright, so what time is it? 8:30 Pacific time? Oh, it's going to be late as hell. 11:30 the last game starts? Oh my god. Alright, so basically the last game starts late. I guess they want to make it more globally watchable. 8:30 or 11:30 for the last game to start if you're on the East Coast. That means they're trying to make the times more friendly for Europe, but that makes it even worse. Because it's going to be like 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. So I'm not really sure that helps. But, so they did change the times for that. The Saturday, so the weekend games are 12, 1:30. It looks like there's a little bit of a break in there between, but maybe that makes it so that way the schedule, like if a game goes longer, because it goes 1:30 to 3, and then 4:30. So I think that probably makes it so. There was issues with that last season where they're like, all right, this game starts at 4. And then they're like, this game starts at 6. And then the game went longer, and the next game didn't start till like 7. So I guess maybe that's the way they had that built in the schedule a little bit. The AllStar Game that we played after stage number 2, I think that's very good of a change. The AllStar Game is meant to be, a lot of sports have it in the middle of the season. Baseball, basketball, hockey, even NASCAR, they have their All-Star race in the middle of the season. Most sports do it in the middle of the season. And I guess people will actually be interested in the All-Star Game because a lot of things people aren't going to really care to watch. My question, though, is what are they going to do? Because are they going to still have Lucio Ball? Because that was something they played in the summer. Because that was in August when the event was going on. Obviously, this will be in, like, May. Or not May, like April. We might see the All-Star Game. So, the thing is, All-Star Game being in the middle of the schedule is a good idea. It's something you can look at, even like those changes. They did that in football. The Pro Bowl was after the Super Bowl, and nobody cared. So they put it between the championship games for the divisions, and then, so there's the divisional championship games, and then the Super Bowl in between they put the Pro Bowl. So people would actually be interested in watching it. I think that's a good idea for this also, to put the All-Star Game in the middle of the season when people have an interest to watch it, not a month after the championship. Because the championship was in June or July. It was in July, I believe. And then, like, the end of August, they're like, hey, guys, All-Star Game, and nobody cared. I watched it all, but it wasn't the same. People didn't have that much of interest. Road games, I don't know what that means. All it says is road games, exclamation point. I'm sure if you watched the show, they might have explained it, but we're going to speculate here. I'm assuming they might do games in other locations. I know they've been sort of experimenting with that already, with certain teams playing in other areas. I know New York played Philadelphia. I believe they played in New York. They had the California Cup with the Los Angeles Valiant, San Francisco Shock. So I think something like that. And also, you see they can host games in other countries. I mean, look at the Overwatch World Cup. I don't think they want to get to that point yet within countries, but they had Incheon stage, they had Bangkok stage, they had the Paris stage. they have locations to play. I mean, they have contenders in all these parts of the world. North America, South America, Europe, China, Korea, Pacific, and Australia. So they have these locations for contenders. So I don't see why they wouldn't experiment with that. I'm not sure if that's what they're going to do, because road games already technically exist. Teams wear different colors in the game. So I'm not really sure what road games mean. I'm sure we'll find out. The stage playoffs. I'm not big on stages, if I'm honest. It's kind of a good way to break up the season, but there's such a long gap between playing. Because I know they said they're going to expand the gap. They didn't say how long it is, but I know it's going to be longer. Apparently 8 teams made the stage playoffs. So there's 5 weeks, and then there's another week of this Thursday to Sunday again for stage playoffs. And I like the stage playoffs being like one day. It was fun. 3 games, winner of the stage. And how are you going to make it a whole week thing? So stage playoffs, it says 8 teams make the stage playoffs. I guess they got to expand it a little bit, considering that there's, instead of having 4 of the 12 teams make it, you have to have 8 of 20 teams make it. So I guess that makes sense. Divisional winners will be given the 1 and 2 seeds. So I guess you make it in by division and not just your top record. Or unless it's the same as the playoffs, where the top 2 teams from the division, or the top 1 team from each division wins, and the next 6 teams make it in. Very similar to the regular end of the season playoffs, where it's 2 teams, and then 4 make it in a record, and there's a play-in. Obviously not play-ins for the stage playoffs, but I don't know. You play 7 games, and you have a big tournament. Divisional winners given the 1 and 2 seeds, Thursday to Sunday. Quarterfinals are the first 2-3 maps. And then the semifinals and finals are the first 4 maps. So it'll be interesting to watch. Sold On has a chance to make the stage playoffs this time. And the final thing is season playoffs. 8 teams make the playoffs. The top 6 teams automatically qualify. And teams 7 to 12 compete in a playoff tournament for the last 2 spots. Personally, I believe that the stage playoffs are too long, but I like the regular season playoffs with 8 teams. I think it's weird they extended the stage playoffs by half, and then for the season playoffs they added 2 teams. I think the season playoffs should have a little bit more if you're going to have it be different from the season playoffs, or you know what, stage playoffs are just a waste of time. But assuming that that's a thing for a whole week, each stage would be basically 6 weeks, and there's 4 stages still. I'm not really sure we're going to do video-wise for that. We should talk about that for a moment. With the games going till Sunday, that means that our power ranking videos will be going up on Mondays. And I'm not sure if we're going to do videos necessarily for the stage playoffs. We didn't previously, but it being a whole week, I feel like maybe I should. I'm not sure. I haven't really thought about that yet. I literally, what happened was Lamine had a party at his work. There was a Christmas party, and I went there. And as I'm sure it's known to some people, since I have issues with my toes, I couldn't do the jumping trampoline part of where he works. So while he was doing that, I looked at my phone and seen on Twitter, and that was when this whole stuff came out. And I entirely forgot about it. Well, I didn't entirely forget about it, but that was last night. Came home, it was about 10 o'clock. I wanted to play video games, so I played video games. And then today I had to work. 10 in the morning. By the time I was done working, I fell asleep because I was tired. So I came to my room, fell asleep, and then I woke up and recorded the video. So that's why I have no idea what's going on. No, but I didn't really read much more into it. I just have screenshots of the slides that were on the screen. Some team tweeted. I think it might have been Dallas Fuel. So thanks, Dallas Fuel. I appreciate the slides. They tweeted it, somebody liked it or retweeted it, and showed up in my feed somehow. And here we are, so information. But I hope everybody did enjoy today's video about Overwatch League. And if you like the changes, let me know. If you don't like the changes, let me know. And if you're a fan of Overwatch League, let me know. And if you like YouTube videos, let me know. Alright, that's been fun. Bye.